Okay, just again, welcome to today's webinar, which is Intro to Prospect CRM, the official CRM for Unleashed. Before we head into kind of talking about the product, etc., just to introduce myself, I'm Louise Sheckle. I'm the sales manager for Prospect CRM, and I'll be taking you through today. So we'll do some quick PowerPoint just to kind of explain more about the product, and then we'll get into a short demonstration on the features and so on. So why is Prospect CRM so perfect for Unleashed customers? Well, as most of you might know, we are owned by the same group. So the Access Group own both Prospect and Prospect CRM and Unleashed. And obviously you guys have been invited to today's demo because you are already Unleashed customers. So there is the obvious synergy there between the two products in terms of development and the integration that we have. Our teams work very closely together with the integration side of it. But quite honestly, it's more about the industry that you're in, so wholesalers, distributors, and manufacturers. Even before we were owned by the Access Group, we had a really close partnership with Unleashed, and that is because we have a niche within the CRM market, which is product-led B2B businesses such as yourself. So that's kind of, why Prospect CRM is so perfect for Unleashed. And that's also what led to the acquisition of Prospect CRM following Unleashed as well. The two products just are very closely knit, and you'll see lots more of that today as we go through on the integration points. And Prospect CRM is really designed for real businesses wanting to, increase B2B sales. That is basically what the main point of Prospect CRM is. It's what we do, and at the core of that is that integration that we have to Unleashed, bringing to the forefront all that key customer and product data that typically gets held up in operational systems. And as I mentioned, we will go through a lot more of that in the demonstration today, and you'll be able to see some of those key integration points. So I guess one thing to kind of note first is how we compare in the market. I don't know, some of you guys might already have a CRM. You might be looking at CRMs at the moment, not just Prospect CRM, but it is a pretty saturated market. There are hundreds of CRMs out there to choose from. So I guess, you do need to ask yourself, what is the best solution for your business, and how you might compare all of the different CRM solutions that are out there in the market today. Just for today's purpose, I've taken three of the most commonly heard of CRM solutions that you might know or use today. So likes of Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot. But quite honestly, you can probably switch out those three with any of the hundreds of CRMs in the market. But when you're looking at what solution is best for your business, obviously you'll look at what people are saying about the products, how they're performing for other businesses, and that's kind of looking at the star ratings there, as you can see on the screen. But quite honestly, today, any good software business should be achieving those 4 or 5-star ratings, which you can see Salesforce, Pipedrive, HubSpot, and we are currently doing, which is good news. But the real comparison then comes in the reviews by industry. So if you break down the people that are leaving those reviews for Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot, you'll notice that, the top reviewers there are all service-led businesses. So things like computer software, IT, marketing agencies, financial services, etc. And these are what we call traditional CRMs. And I don't mean because they're old. It's just because they were the first out there in the market for CRMs. And quite typically, IT, computer software businesses are inherently just the first people that take up new software such as CRMs when they became a thing, and that just means that these traditional CRMs are driven towards service-led businesses, the types that where they've got they're selling a service, maybe one-off, maybe a couple of times to the same person, but the whole premise behind what they're looking to actually do and achieve is deliver that service. When you look at Prospect CRM and the users reviews by industry for our solution, you can really start seeing that our top reviewers are people that are in wholesale manufacturing and in distribution industry. So the likes of food and beverage, construction, electrical manufacturing, products, food production, packaging, etc. So we really hone in. We've got a real niche within the market for product-led businesses that are selling B2B. Now, some of those businesses might have a B2C side, obviously, and you might be selling some on Amazon and eBay or whatever. But, typically maybe 60% or over of your business would be B2B. And in those kind of B2B product-led businesses, there's quite a few nuances in day-to-day activities. So, being able to manage what customers are buying and when, doing repeat stock orders, because obviously that's quite a large thing when you've got customers that coming back to you time and time again to restock your goods. So that's quite a heavy process within wholesale manufacturing distribution businesses. So we really kind of focus on the nuances and the pain points of wholesale and distribution businesses, and that's really led from the integration that we have, the expertise that we've built up because those integrations to the likes of Unleashed. And if you have Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot, you can quite quickly start paying for a pretty expensive address, contact, notes, name and address kind of solution, and it can be quite expensive and not really provide you with the solutions that you're looking for. And that is also why we are voted the #1 stock aware CRM. We've got lots of review platforms that you can go and take a look at. There's our review website down the bottom, and obviously we will send you all this information afterwards so you can go and take a look for yourself at all those things I've told you today. I'm obviously taking that from those websites. We also, as you can see at the bottom, have won quite a few awards, which we're actually really proud of. These awards are actually ones that are voted on by users of software solutions, and not typically awards or statements that you would associate with CRMs. So, for instance, things like highest user adoption, most implementable, easier setup. CRMs get a pretty bad rap actually for those sorts of things, but that's just a product of the really great market fit that we've got, and our users want to get stuck in and make the most out of the solution that we offer. And hopefully you'll also understand that and see that as we go through today as well. So one of the things that we implement in Prospect CRM is a growth formula for B2B product businesses. It's actually a pretty simple formula. As you can see, it's just made up of 2 areas, which is getting more customers, which is important in any industry, whether you're selling services, services, products, B2B, B2C. It's really important to focus on increasing your customer base. But in product-led businesses, you've also got this need to understand your existing customers and look at higher customer lifetime value. How much can you make out of the customers that you already have with the growing customer base? Those 2 things should equal profitable and repeatable sales growth for B2B product-led businesses. And we have lots of features in both of these 2 areas here. I mean, if we just break that down a little bit and take a look at what it actually means there. So you've got the growth formula is broken down into what we've got: the traditional sales funnel at the top. You might be pretty familiar with that. It's used, regardless of what industry, what products, etc. So it's about attracting new business into the top of this funnel, qualifying those opportunities, whether you're doing marketing, email campaigns, events, sales-led activity to attract those leads in, take them through a good sales process, and hopefully then close that, get them to place their first order and bring them on board as a new customer. But as I mentioned, that's not really the end of the story for B2B product businesses. You've got this whole flywheel, as you can see at the bottom there, which is about understanding your existing customer base. Can you increase their order value and order frequency? What is that looking like at the minute in terms of buy-in patterns? And ultimately, how can I retain those customers? So what we're after here is obviously attracting new business and bringing new customers on board, but removing that leaky bucket effect where you're bringing new customers on but losing existing customers out the bottom of this bucket. So that is kind of how we break it down, and we have features that align with each different stage there of that growth model. And we also then apply that to this growth formula that we have. So this is a simple map of how we help our customers achieve success, and this starts really early on in your journey with us. So during onboarding, our customer success, our onboarding consultants will look at what is the priorities for the business at any one time and start understanding, what feature sets we need to implement. And it's really quite flexible, obviously, as you grow as a customer with us, as your priorities as a business evolve and change. It just enables us to help, kind of pivot and move and help you achieve that success, as your business evolves. And as you can see, we've kind of broken this growth playbook down into the two streams of get more customers and higher customer lifetime value. So being able to look at how do I attract customers, how do I then successfully sell to them and increase my conversion rates, how do I onboard those new customers successfully so they come back time and time again to place repeat stock orders. And from there, how do I increase my average order value and frequency with those customers and ultimately retain them for as long as possible, and looking at that higher customer lifetime value piece. Now, obviously, there's lots and lots of different features on here that we could go through. I won't obviously go talk through all of this today, and we'll be focusing quite on this kind of bottom section here a little bit in today's demonstration, looking at the kind of the early return on investment, quick win features that we've got within Prospect CRM, and those things, they are available in free trial. So we offer a 14-day free trial period, and you will get access to quite a lot of these kind of low investment, early return investment features, even without going live with the system. And I'll show you what kind of that includes during the demonstration. So just before we head into that demo side of today's webinar, just to give you a bit of an insight about some of the reporting logic that we use in the CRM, which is highly relevant on that higher customer lifetime value section of the growth formula. Obviously, that's where I'll be focusing most of today, because that is what sets us aside from the other CRMs out there, and probably what you're most interested in, given that you are Unleashed customers. But the RFM analysis is one of the key tools that we use within Prospect CRM to analyze your customers, your existing customers, that is. So this stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. It's actually an industry standard reporting logic. It's not one that we thought up. You can go and Google RFM and you'll find out lots and lots about it. But it's basically, we've built it into the CRM because we have that integration to Unleashed. What we do there with that integration is we pull through all of your customer sales history. So we understand, when the last time a customer ordered was, how often they're placing orders with you, and how much they're spending. And based on all of those three things, we score your customers and then automatically categorize them into these different segments that you can see here on the screen. So we've got champion customers, those that bought recently, buy often, and spend the most, all the way down to at-risk customers that used to spend big money, used to purchase often, but haven't purchased for a long time. So it's really giving you an understanding of your full customer base at any one time, and it relearns and rescores depending on, how that the recency, frequency, and the monetary value changes for each of your customers. And it really allows you to provide the right message at the right time to the right customers. We also have this new customer segment, which is actually quite key when you're in wholesale distribution and manufacturing businesses. If you bring a new customer on board, quite typically you're selling, low value but high volume orders. So when a customer places that first order with you, it's not usually that profitable. The profitability comes in that repeat ordering cycle that the customer will hopefully enter into with you. For lots of product-led businesses at B2B, it is about the most of the revenue is coming from those repeat orders. So it's really key to understand where you've got new customers. So we leave them in that segmentation until they've placed their third or fourth order with you. Which just allows you to kind of, make sure that you're onboarding those customers, providing early success and getting them into that repeat ordering scenario. And then hopefully, obviously, getting them to travel all the way up to, loyal champion customers, where we would love to see all of our customers, obviously. So with that in mind, let's just talk about the integration in terms of where we get that data and how that looks from Unleashed. So it is a two-way integration. So we've got some two-way data transfers going on. So Unleashed remains your main product file. It's your operational system. If you're kind of, creating new products, you would obviously do that in Unleashed still. That's where that all happens. But we're pulling through all of the key information from Unleashed, so currencies, taxes, and warehouse. all your customer and supplier data, including sales history and so on. All the product file is coming through, so we're putting through stock counts, all of that good stuff on products. And then also, as I mentioned, like, all the orders, invoices and credits are coming through as sales history information into Prospect CRM, providing a centralized location and a sales interface for all of this key customer and product data that typically gets held up in operational systems. And then Prospect CRM, with all of that information, will providing you with lots of key sales and customer metrics and analysis. You can place quotes and orders within the CRM for your customers and prospects. You can create new products within Prospect and push them into Unleashed if you've got that kind of model where you're also ordering from suppliers. They might have hundreds or thousands of SKUs, and you don't want all of those in Unleashed until you actually sell them. And we've also got the ability to create new customers directly from within Prospect CRM in Unleashed, because obviously we'll also be managing lots of prospects and hopefully closing those and getting those converted into customers as well. So a really nice two-way sync there between Unleashed and Prospect, and bringing all that key information into that sales centralized system, which is obviously Prospect CRM. So let's get into the demo and show you exactly how this looks. Okay, so Prospect CRM, I opened that here. It's obviously a cloud-based solution. You can access it anywhere, anytime, on any device, just by going to the kind of URL that you can see at the top there. And first of all, I'm on the account management dashboard. So this has already been pre-populated with data that we've imported through from Unleashed. So if you set up a free trial with us, it will ask you to integrate your Unleashed system, or it will can do it automatically for you if you do it through the App Store in Unleashed. And straight away, even without inputting any data into Prospect CRM, that integration has given us key customer insights on this account management dashboard. So getting you straight into the action, even in that free trial period. Front and center, we can see the RFM analysis that I mentioned during the PowerPoint presentation, and nicely color coded. We've got those different customer segments there. So loyal customer, champion, at risk, and so on. In the RFM analysis, I can jump down into a segment, and I can see a full list of all of the customers that are then making up that loyal customer segmentation. So all of this customer information is coming through from Unleashed. We've got the customer type, the account manager, and we've got some key information such as their first order and last order date, and also a total count given since they became a customer. So Brown's Coffee Group have placed 14 orders with us in total so far. So some really key information there, and we can do lots of different things with this. Obviously, you can use it as a calling list, but if I click on this three-dot menu at the top, we can do things like adding our own fields and grouping and summary to the report. So we have 4 report builder capabilities within Prospect CRM, allowing you to not only build your own reports to kind of slice and dice the data as you need, but also these standard reports that we offer can be, customized to be, something that a bit more relevant if needed. So for instance, just a quick example, if I wanted to use this as a calling list, I could go and add the telephone number for these companies onto this report. Sorry, I think I've just got a message there that you can't see the screen, so bear with me 1 second. That's really annoying if that's happened. I do apologize. Give me 1 second. Okay, hopefully now we can all see Prospect CRM. Just to jump back to the dashboard so you get to see that. This is the account management dashboard, and this RFM analysis that I mentioned is the front and center focal point there. I then click down into the loyal customer segmentation where I've got this list of customers, and I can see that key information that's been pulled through from Unleashed. On this little 3-dot menu, which I was just on before I read that message, I can then see here some different options that I can do with the loyal customer segment. So adding fields to these reports, saving out to Excel. We've also got add to campaign activity. So within Prospect CRM, we also have the ability to use our campaign manager, which allows you to build up targeted marketing lists of customers. And we also have integration to third-party marketing tools such as MailChimp and Klaviyo. We also have full data capabilities as well, so you can manage the data, perform bulk actions like changing the account managers and so on. And we have integration to Google Maps. So when you're pulling out a report of businesses or contacts within the CRM, you can then also pinpoint them on a geographical locator map. We've got it, which is Google, which is integrated to Google, and you can also put some key information on those maps as well from the reports. Just heading back to the, I'm just going to check that it's got no more messages saying that no one can answer or can't see. That's good. Okay, so just heading back to the account management dashboard, we also have some other key reporting tiles here. We can see orders this month versus last month, again, based on that integration that we have to Unleash and pulling through that sales history. And we also then have a customer trends report. So again, a top level overview of your full customer base. I can see here how many customers I've got growing year on year, those that are remaining static, and those that are declining in spend as well. So if I go to the growing section here and go to see more, I can see all my customers that are spending more in the last 365 days than they did in the previous. And I can also do a little sort on that as well. So if I go back out and do declining, I again, probably most notably can see those that are declining in spend year on year with me. So I can really start honing in on any maybe some churn risks that I've got in my customer base. Again, just making sure that we're keeping a full view of all of our customers at any one time, making sure we're calling the right people with the right messages at the right time. We've also got some other key reports on here, such as close rate and problems. So close rate, we have full sales pipeline management. So being able to log opportunities and quotations in the CRM, and then being able to report off the back of that, being able to see the likely pipeline figure for this month, last month, next month, quarterly, etc. So you've got pipeline reporting and the ability to manage a sales process within the CRM, mainly focusing on that get more customers piece of our growth formula. We've also got a problem section. So this is our customer service after sales ticketing solution. So you're able to log, delivery issues, customer complaints, if you've got a bit of a servicing arm to your business or warranty repairs, etc. Those can also be managed through Prospect CRM as well. Again, linking in that centralized location of all key customer information in one solution. Needs engagement is pretty self-explanatory. We just kind of pinpoint where you haven't spoken to customers in a certain amount of time. Again, just really honing in on this dashboard about making the right decisions about who to speak to and when. And probably most notable for most of our wholesale and distribution customers is our missing order alerts. So this is going back to where you've got probably lots of repeat orders going on and being able to identify where you might have customers that are falling off in that cycle. So again, because we have that integration to Unleash, we're putting through all your key customer information. We can set an average days between orders for each of your customers. So for instance, Small Street Espresso, they may place an order every 10 days. The Jamming Factory might be every 14 days, but Prospect CRM will automatically set that average days between orders based on their sales history, and then be able to alert you when you've got missing orders within your customer base. So if I go to the See More section, I get a full list of customers that should have ordered by now. I can see their days since last order, their average days between order, and it will also give me this average order value as well. So again, I can also see a total that I'm missing £120,000 worth of revenue here. So this is not only providing us with a bit of a calling list to go after and try and find out and get those orders placed, but it was also an early indicator on any retention or churn risk that you've got within your customer base as well. So really powerful reporting here with that integration piece that we have to Unleashed. So from this report, let's go into one of the customers. So let's pick on the Jamming Factory. So again, as I said, we're pulling through your existing customer information from Unleashed. That includes all addresses and delivery addresses, all contacts, company information, etc., is being pulled across, including the Unleashed account manager and customer type. We do then have further categorization where you can add further tagging and options to your customers, such as industry, priority, and so on. We have full flexibility over screen customization, so you can rename and repurpose fields, and you can also, add custom fields to records as well. But you'll see all of these are configurable drop downs, and during our onboarding process, we will obviously help you with that configuration and setup. On every customer, we have a really nice at a glance section. So straight away when I come into a customer record, I get some key information about their spend. I can see what RFM segment they're in and if they should have placed an order by now or not. And also, as I said, that top level spend information there that I can see for each customer. If I click on one of these tiles, it will take me down into a more detailed view of the products this customer is purchasing. So again, this is a view of all the sales transactional history that we're pulling through from Unleashed. If I scroll across, I can see, the prices the customers are paying. I've also got margin, value, and percentage options in here. And I've also got all the key invoice transaction dates, etc., that we're pulling through. With this key customer sales history that we're pulling in, for each customer, we're providing a sales analysis section as well. So you can see just down here on the tab menu, I've got a sales analysis page, which is for each of our existing customers. And this is a bit more of an in-depth view of your customer. So, if you're going in for a meeting, if you're about to be on a call with them, you can quite quickly see the full picture of your customers. So I've got some, I can see their RFM segment, their order frequency up here. And when they last place an order, it will also obviously highlight if that is overdue. And I've got some nice interactive graphs, so I can see invoice value by month and by order value and by month. And if I go into the see more section, it provides me a full breakdown of their spend by month and by financial year as well. If I just scroll down a little bit further, I can then also see the top product section. So not only are we kind of showing the sales as an overview, we're also breaking that down by product as well. And you can see what your customers are purchasing by value and by order frequency. And if, again, these are nice little interactive graphs, and I can pinpoint here that the most popular product for the jamming factory is our apricot jam, which is making up just over 33% of their overall sales. Again, the see more section just pulls that into a list view for us so we can see all the products this customer's purchased, the value of those orders, and so on. As I mentioned previously, we're not only pulling through all your customer information, but we are also pulling through your full product file to the CRM as well. So here I can see just at the top, their most popular product is the apricot jam. And if I click on that, it opens up the product record in Prospect CRM. You can see we've got an open and unleash button. It's worth noting that you don't have to have an unleash user to use Prospect CRM, but if you do, you can obviously click on these links to open up that record in there as well. But we're pulling through the product SKU, the name, any product imagery that you've got set up in Unleashed, and we can then transfer those onto quotation documents that you might be doing for prospects and customers. If you don't have imagery in Unleashed, you can just put that into Prospect CRM along with files. So any, ingredient, instruction manuals, drawings, health and safety documents, etc. They can all be stored in Prospect CRM as well. Probably most notable though on a product, we're pulling through the product specification, which is including list price, cost price, and all of the stock availability information. If you do bill of materials, we do also pull through and add a buildable quantity onto that stock available figure. And we also are showing purchase orders and date next available in Prospect CRM. So obviously all of that, when you're speaking to customers, quoting them for products, placing orders for them, you can do so at the correct pricing and tell them whether it can be fulfilled when the next lot of stock is coming in, and so on. Just on the pricing piece, we are also pulling through all the price tiers. So if you've got wholesale, retail, and different price tiers that come through, they will get adhered to in the CRM. So when you're creating quotes and orders for customers, it makes sure that they are getting their correct pricing that you have agreed and set up on their account in Unleashed. Just on the sales transactional page, so you would have seen that we clicked on these two pages on the product. We also provide a full sales history breakdown by product. And we also then have a bit of a sales analysis section on a product level as well. So I can see the top buyers of a product. And if I just scroll down a little bit, I've got the buying pattern. So I can see the seasonality of my products. I can see how they're performing month on month, year on year. And I can also do, maybe some forecast reporting if need be on how that product's performing. So with that in mind, with all the products and customer income information coming through, you can really start seeing where that stock aware piece is coming into play, where those key integration points are with Unleashed. And the integration with Unleashed is running every 15 minutes. So it's real-time data that you've got here with that connection to Unleashed. If I just head to back to the jamming factory and let's go and place a quotation for the jamming factory for a repeat stock order they want to place with us. So I can do that on a contact record. So I might be specifically speaking to Jeff Smith, and he's on the phone and he would like to get a stock order quotation out so he can raise a purchase order his side and can get that process with us. So against Jeff's records, I'm just going to well, actually, let's go through this first. So you can see that we're also storing all the contact information for your contacts. So they will be pulled through from Unleashed, but equally any prospects in here, you'll be able to store exactly the same information on a company and contact. And it's just, as you would expect, email address, phone numbers, and so on. We've got communication section, which allows you to manage GDPR for email marketing. You can add social links in there, etc. for Jeff. On this communication side, you can see we've got that Google Maps integration coming into play. And I've also got this nice little button where I can go and create an email to send straight out to Jeff. So if I click on that, it will open up an email editor within the CRM. We do have integration to Outlook and Gmail, which means that we can set up with your own domain. So if you do create an email in the CRM, it will not be going from an on-prospect domain. It will be your own company domain with your own signatures and so on. And the reason we have an email editor within the CRM and we don't just pop up a new email in Gmail Outlook is because we can do some really nice, cool things with templates and email tracking as well. So for instance, I might have an intro welcome email to new customers that I send out. And obviously that's quite a regular occurrence. So we can set those up as templates. We can merge in some key details. So we've got hello, Jeff Smith. I don't know why someone's put the full name in there, but we've also got my details merged in, and it's obviously attached our terms and conditions automatically. And I can send that out to Jeff, although I'm probably not going to do that because I don't actually know if that's a real email address. So let's just put mine in there, just so I can show you how that then saves back into the CRM. So obviously one of the main premises of a CRM is to keep all your key correspondence with customers as well. So if I sent this email out to Jeff, it would also then store it in this activity feed that I've got specific to the contact that I'm on. So I can see all the conversations that are happening, any emails that have been sent out, any quotations, orders that have been placed against Jeff Smith himself. I can also go and open that email and I can then do things like forward in, reply, all, etc. And I've also got this tracking option, which allows me to see when that that email's been delivered, if it's been opened, how many times Jeff's opened it, and if he's clicked on any links within that email as well. We can also, as I said, add all our notes and correspondence in here with Jeff. And I can also add tasks. And so I've got activity reminders within Prospect CRM. We have just launched our calendar integration to Outlook. So we do have a calendar view of these tasks, and that does link into your Outlook calendar as well. And we will be shortly releasing that for Gmail. But if I just go and click to add a task, so this might be callback request. Jeff requested a call at 4 p.m. today. And I can set that task for myself or for another user of the CRM. And I've also got the ability to obviously choose the date that that task needs to be actioned. So I'm going to choose today for myself. We can also start giving these types as well. So if you have KPI reporting about how many meetings or emails or calls should be done, you can also start managing that kind of correspondent reporting as well. And I'm going to click create, and that's going to store that note in the activity feed. So straight away I can see what's happening here, who that task set for, and so on. But as the user, I will get an email notification to say I've got a new task to complete. And I've also got this little taskbar that will follow me wherever I am in the CRM. And you can see here very badly, I've got 99 plus activities to complete, which seems ridiculous. But if I click into that, I then can see my task for today, my overdue, any upcoming tasks, and my completed today tasks as well. So full activity management within Prospect CRM as well. If I just go though to create a quotation for Jeff, so as I mentioned, he just wants to get a pricing for a repeat stock order to get a PO. You can see it's pulling through all the key information from the jamming factory record in Unleashed, so currency, price tier, tax codes, what warehouse they're supplied from, and so on. If I click create, that will then open up the quotation screen for us. And because the Jam in Factory is an existing customer who've purchased previously, the first thing it will do is offer me this drop down of their most frequently ordered items. So a really quick way of doing that repeat ordering for each of your customers that are just, maybe ordering the same products on a weekly, monthly, whatever basis. So I can add that product on there. I can also see that the pricing to the Jam in Factory and also the stock availability on this drop down as well. I can also change the quantity, so they actually want 30 of those this time. If I pop out by this little pencil, I've also got some key information about the product, so I can see cost price, list price, margin information, and also a breakdown of all the stock and the recent purchase history for the Jam in Factory for this product. I can also do a product search, so I can add, if I search for jam, that will filter down your full product file and find the relevant products, which I can then choose to add to my quotation. And we've also got, if I go to the add products button, we have what we call a multi-line order entry, which again is a really nice way to quickly do repeat stock orders. I can run down a list of products and quite quickly add multiple to my quote at one time. And we can also use our recently purchased or popular products report. So these are based on the sales history for the customer that you're on. So again, in that repeat ordering scenario where they're just doing a restock, I can go and order the same products they ordered last month, but just add a different quantity. And if I add and close that, you can see in the background there, it has started building up our quotation. We've also got this drag and drop feature. So if you've got customers that send you repeat orders on spreadsheets, as long as it's got a quantity and a product SKU as a column, you can just drag and drop that in and it will build the quote up for you without you having to rekey that. But what I can do here, so as I mentioned, obviously, this is a repeat stock order, but Jeff wants to go and get a purchase order number from his purchasing department. So I'm going to send this out to Jeff. We've got full document management, so we can create Word documents, standard documents that you can use as templates. We can put in your imagery, logos, colours, fonts, etc. And then you can attach those to PDFs and send them out via email. But just in good Blue Peter fashion, if I go to my email here for Jeff Smith, it will open up the email editor again for me. And I've already got in here email cover for PDF quote. So what I've done there is I've created an email really quickly to send out to Jeff. It's automatically attached my quotation document as a PDF and any other documents that I've set against this template. And you can also see here we've got these approve and decline buttons. So again, this is just taking away a bit of a manual process when you're doing lots of repeat stock orders. And it allows the customer to approve and send that order straight through to Unleash for you without having a salesperson have to touch that again and just confirm the order. So if Jeff came along and approved that, he would then, the salesperson would then get a notification to say it's approved as an order and gone through to Unleash. Equally, if he declines that, the salesperson will get a notification to say it's been declined. You can give him a call and find out exactly what's happened there and change the quote if needed. Once again, I'm just a bit conscious that we might be sending out an email to a real person there. So I'm just going to change that email address. I'm going to send that out. And again, that will automatically save a copy of that email and the documents that I sent to Jeff. So again, we're keeping a full 360-degree view of the quotes, correspondence, etc., that are going to Jeff. So hopefully Jeff does want to go ahead with his stock order. He gets his purchase order reference and he sends that through to us. I can add that PO reference to my order, which does get transferred through to Unleashed, of course. And I've also got my delivery details, so I can make sure I'm sending it to the right place. I can add a new delivery location in there. And we've also got the ability to select our delivery method as a drop down from Unleashed, and we can set up delivery charges within Prospect CRM. If you have pro forma customers, we do have integration to Stripe, so you can set up credit card payments to take through Prospect CRM as well. And all I need to do here, so obviously we don't want any rekeying going on. This is something that we obviously just want to now push through to Unleash as an order. So what I do now is just I click confirm order, and that will go through into Unleashed as a parked sales order, ready to be shipped, picked, and invoiced as normal. And your normal operation process will then take over, and you can manage that side of it to get the goods out to the customer. And then obviously all that good stuff comes back into the CRM as sales history, and we can see when it's been delivered, invoiced, etc., all within Prospect CRM. Now, as I mentioned, we obviously do have lots of other, quite a lot of this has been focused on the higher customer lifetime value piece of the growth formula, but we have lots of other features that you would expect from a CRM. So if I click on this little create button just to run through that quickly with you. So you can create companies and contacts on the fly as required. We do also data import tool. If you've got a list of customers or prospects, that you want to upload, that can be done really nice and easily into the CRM. So we're not only just managing customers, we're also managing prospects as well. You can also capture new inquiries through your website using inquiry forms built in the CRM. So you just build the form in here using the standard fields from the CRM. We implement that inquiry form to your current website, so it doesn't need to be hosted by us, and it will then allow new inquiries to filter through, automatically create those in the CRM to be picked up by salesperson and hopefully qualified, and then turned into a sales opportunity which you can manage through a full sales process with sales pipelines, forecasting, and we have lots of reporting off the back of that, which also then allows you to do pipeline reporting within Prospect CRM. We also, as I mentioned, have that after sales ticketing solution, ensuring that you're also managing the after sales process in one centralized location for your customers. Full document management and report builder, which I already did touch on, where you can create your own reports and also amend the standard reports that we provide in the CRM. Again, we also did cover campaign manager a little bit, so you're able to manage campaigns within Prospect, build up targeted marketing lists with that integration that we have to MailChimp and Klaviyo as well. The only thing, just another little note here, we have equipment items, so you can manage the equipment register within the CRM, and any servicing, warranty, SLA contracts that you might have can also be managed in here as well against products and companies. If we just now head back to the dashboard area where we started today's demonstration. So I did show you the account management one, but if I just drop this down, you can see that we do have multiple dashboard reports in here too that focus maybe on different things. So we have that sales manager and sales rep dashboard, which is all about the quotes and sales opportunities that you're managing. So here I can see my pipeline, how many opportunities that I've got open, what stage they're in, what the value is likely to be for my for me this month as a salesperson. And I can also see the orders that have been placed by my customers and so on. So we've got that full visibility of the kind of sales process as well, and all the good reporting that you'd want off the back of that as a salesperson and obviously as a sales manager. We also have, as I said, inquiries dashboards in here to manage all the new inquiries that are coming through your website. And the sales pipeline we can also see in a Kanban view as well, which is actually really nice. You can drag and drop the opportunities around. I can click on them and open them directly from there and so on. We also have another reporting tool, which is, again, heavily focused on the customer lifetime value piece of the growth formula. It's a reporting logic that we've added into Prospect CRM called the Magic Matrix. Now, what we do for this is we pull through your product categories from Unleashed. So you can see here in this demo data, we've got finished jam, fruit flavored jam, ingredients, and so on. You can configure the categories in Prospect CRM that is standalone from Unleashed. If you want to change them for this reporting purpose, you can do so in the CRM without changing anything in your product tree in Unleashed. But ultimately, what we're doing here is we're identifying where we've got cross-sell opportunities within our customer base. So, for instance, this finished jam category, I might have 10 products in there. And what I do know is that 18 customers have bought one of those finished jam products, but I've got 12 customers that are unaware that we even do those products. They've never purchased them before. Now, when I say not even aware, they might be, but they're just not purchased them. So this is really just identifying where you've got that cross-sell opportunity and where you can gain revenue through your existing customers without even having to go and get new customers on board. So if I open up the Magic Matrix, it actually shows us in a really nice grid form. So at the top, I can see all my product categories. I can see all my customers down the side of this grid as well. And then really nicely color coded by the traffic light system that we've got here. I can see in green what my customers are purchasing, in red what they're not, and then we can start building up awareness of our products and try and then cross-sell our products into our different products into these customers. Through the build awareness, we can see here, we can start building up a campaign to start making customers aware, which then turns the dot to orange. And off the back of that campaign, I can then start logging sales opportunities to manage. I might send out samples, I might do a meeting, a few phone calls, but manage a bit of a sales process to then introduce these new products to our customers and hopefully get them to quote stage and closing that quote down and getting them to buy those products as part of their restock orders. So ultimately, the goal is here, obviously, to get all of our red dots to green dots over the course of time, but it's really just highlighting to where you've got those cross-sell and upsell opportunities within your customer base. We also do have a number of standard reports. So just down the side here on this navigation menu, if I just pop into the sales section and go to reports, we do provide lots and lots of standard reporting in here, which of course, as I said, you can amend with the report builder or you can build your own, but things like customers who bought X and not Y, customers not bought X, increase in revenue of customers, new and returning, and so on. There is lots and lots of reports that we do provide as standard. But as part of our onboarding, we do also offer the ability to kind of do a bit of training on the report build as well. So you're fully up to speed with that and able to kind of, get all this good information out in the way you want in the CRM. And we've also got a growth engine. So just finishing off our demo today on this section. So when you start using the CRM and putting in opportunities, quotations, adding new customers, this will actually highlight to you, your growth opportunity within the business and how it's tracking. So I can see here my customer acquisition over time, my total revenue, my customer lifetime value. So maximizing the sales growth and how that's what the trend is and what the actual is. So it's really highlighting to you where you've got growth opportunities within your business and how you're performing against those growth opportunities as well. So really starting to understand lots of business metrics that are all being provided by not only the data that we're pulling from Unleashed, but also the data you will be going forward and adding into the CRM as well. This is a really new tool, but we've got lots of documentation and a webinar about how to maximize this as well. So again, these are all things that we can send to you after today's demo, just so you've got a little bit more information as well. So just going to head back to our PowerPoint presentation, and I'm not going to do what I did last time. I'm just going to stop sharing and reshare just in case, but you should now be able to see our PowerPoint presentation again. So in terms of next steps, as I mentioned, we do have a 14-day free trial that is available. If you go to our website, prospectsoft.com, you'll just have some action buttons on there, which you can click and take out that trial. It will automatically prompt you to integrate your Unleashed. It's really simple. You just need your API keys from Unleashed, and you just input them into the two fields it asks you to, and that integration will start running and start giving you that actionable insight straight away within your free trial. You can also access it through the integration store within your Unleashed. You can actually take a free trial there and it will do the integration for you. And basically then, you'll all be set up and be able to dive in straight into the CRM. We do also have an offer on for all of our Unleashed customers at the moment. So if after today you would like to take a trial, you by the 14th of February, if you subscribe within that 14 days trial that you start, you do get first 3 months half price. So that is not we've got our pricing page linked down there, which you will be able to, we will send you afterwards as well, just so you can check out the different subscription options and pricing. But this offer will not be displayed on that pricing page. It is only exclusively to our Unleashed customers. So, but everyone is aware. So if you've joined the webinar, you know, you'll just be able to access it. Will already be activated on your free trial. But hopefully you do take a free trial. We can then set up a one-to-one demonstration on your data with a sales consultant as well, if you would like to. So yeah, we'll be in contact if you do take a trial out, which I really hope you do, just to at least see how your data looks, because obviously we've done lots of demo lots of stuff on demo data today, but it's really quite powerful when you see it with your data, of course. So we do have some time for some questions if anybody would like to chuck any in the chat. I think a couple have come through as we've gone through today. But if there's any questions, if there's just a question box that you can type into, we can get some of those answered in the time that we've got. If we're not able to get to them, obviously we can come back and take those offline with you. Equally, if you'd rather just ask on a one-to-one basis, then please get in contact. We'll obviously be able to do a one-to-one session.